have a pinned comment in this comment section. There's going to be a poll where you guys give me your favorite sets of the year. I'm going to be compiling them in about a week or two, and we are going to make a viewer submitted top sets of the year. And I think that's the best way to really get the grasp of what everybody's saying, because if I get everybody to tell me what set it is, the highest vote wins. So join in on that if you want your voice to be heard, and let's hop into this. At 32, I don't think anyone's going to be surprised when I have the Mando and Grogu N1 Starfighter 4+. 4+ sets are notoriously bad. This one is really, really bad. Just look at the shape of it. It's ugly. But at the end of the day, I'm not a hater of them. I kind of like that Firehawk with the Nubs figure a couple years back. That one wasn't too bad. But this one, you don't get any special figures. It's just a terrible build and overpriced. At 31, I got the TIE Fighter with Imperial Hanger Rack. The GWP for the Death Star is one of the worst GWPs we've ever seen. And while the figures are a good addition to what you get in the Death Star, it's still, the build and everything is really bad. And it's kind of a case where it's like, it's almost so bad that I'm not mad that I miss it if I get the Death Star late. I think a lot of people are mad that you get an incomplete set with the Death Star, but for me, it's kind of a case where I would never include that anyways. Like, that thing is so bad I never include it. At number 30, we got Kylo Ren's Command Shuttle. It isn't awful. It's bad. Like, look-wise, it is bad. But the price is the most hilarious thing LEGO Star Wars has tried to pull out of us. The only way you could expect those sets to be, like, even slightly that close to that price is if you include figures. And you still don't. Like, I don't care if these sets include figures, but at least make the build good and worth the money. And that's why this one's down here while other ones are higher up the list. At number 29, we got the Darth Maul mech. I love Maul. Maul's my favorite Star Wars character. But this mech, and just mechs in general, are not a thing I enjoy. A lot of people in my comment sections have mentioned it. It's a cheap way to get a figure you like. But at the end of the day, as a kid, I'd be upset if I got this set when the Sith Infiltrator that I actually think is a good set that comes with 3 figures is still on shelves. I'd just be like, okay, I guess I'll save till Christmas. That's how my 9-year-old mindset was, and that's how you guys should be treating it too. Even if you don't have the money, you're still spending $15 on nonsense when you could spend, what, the Acclamator goes down to 60, some 55 maybe if you're going on Amazon. Wait. Number 28, Brick Build Star Wars logo. I will admit it is a decent set, but the thing is, what my friend Brendan really put into my mind is that the idea of just buying a logo is so lame. And I get it. I completely agree. Even the Marvel logo, at the very least, you're getting exclusive figures like a nice new Hulk and such. But with this, you get nothing added on top of it, and you're still paying just to advertise the brand. I think if I advertise the brand, I would prefer it being like this AT-AT in my background. That's the way I do it. It's something that looks a lot more cool than just the word Star Wars. At number 27, Grogu with Hoverpram. I am just tired of buildable Grogus. A lot of these buildable figures really enjoyed them in the past. But these newer ones, the newer scale that they've got, I just don't really care. I think it's a fine enough build, but these things just are no longer really my cup of tea. At number 26, Home One Star Cruiser. Completely fine. It's just a ship I have very little to no interest in. I wouldn't care to get this even at half off just because there's so many iconic Star Wars ships that still haven't gotten this mini scale, and I get it. Like the Home Cruiser, it's one that you haven't gotten in a play scale yet. So some people who are like completionists and want to get one of every ship, that's a good way to do it, but for me, I'm just not interested in that ship at all. It's the same reason I didn't buy the Nebulon when I could. I'm not upset that I missed the Nebulon because I just never cared about that ship to begin with. So that's personal preference there. Number 25, I got Chopper. I was very upset with this. I was really hoping that for $120 or whatever it is, I was just kind of hoping it would be a little bit of a bigger model. It's very stubby and very bad, and it's kind of that thing where that downsize of those droids and like to fit that C-3PO Chewbacca scale that no one ever bought is rough, because the previous scale with the BB-8, the D-O, the R2, that was a beautiful scale for those guys. So making the scale smaller to never give us a proper chopper at that like 150, 180 price point, I would have loved it. But him just being so tiny just didn't really work for me. And speaking of didn't really work with me, K2SO, those legs are so skinny and that face is so funky. And I get that it kind of looks like K2SO, but for me, it was less of a case of where Chopper disappointed me. This one just didn't really work at all. They're kind of very close, but I think I put the K2SO slightly over it because I prefer the fact that you actually get a K2SO droid with this. Chopper is a less interesting figure to get with the set. So, very similar, it's just the figure lifted this one up a single spot. 23, Battle Droid with Stap. This one I actually really like. I really like the way that this was built. It's just 140 is insane. Like, there's no other way to put it. It is a solid set with a terrible, terrible price. So that's why this one drops down a couple slots than it probably should be. Number 22, Advent Calendar. Nothing too crazy on this Advent Calendar. It's a decent one. The big pull for me is Babu Frick. I'm just surprised we can get like a Babu's Frick workshop this year, but the fact that you get one, it's cool. The special like snowman droid is cool. Of course, you just get a Jawa with the Christmas sweater. Oh well, whatever. We always get the Christmas sweaters now. It's just kind of the case that it is a droid workshop, so you don't get a whole lot of new like normal figures that you would wish. It's a lot more droids, and I think that takes this Advent Calendar down a couple pegs. But Babu Frick brings it back up a couple pegs. Number 21, 327th Clone Trooper Battle Pack. I jokingly said that it was the worst set of the year, but as I really started digging into it, at least the clones are good. That price is so horrendous. But when you compare it to things like the Battle Droid with Stap, where you get like just a Battle Droid and it's so overpriced for no reason. It's like this one, yeah, it's overpriced, but like at least the clones are good. Not much good I can say about it. We're still in the bad territory. And speaking of sets I still don't really care for, Republic Juggernaut at number 20. Are you still sitting right there? Yeah, it's still sitting right there. It's not a great set. I'm definitely going to rebuild it and do like an alt build with the pieces of that set. And I wouldn't have, even with buying it at like $40, $30 something dollars off for my YouTube video, I'm still a bit disappointed in it. It's one of those ones that if it retailed at 120 and you could get it at 100 on sale, I'd be like, yeah, it's still a small turbo tank, but at least it was fine. And the stability issues aren't as bad as people say they are. They are bad. The deal breaker is the fact it's just so expensive and is not as good as the other turbo tanks you have. I feel bad for people who this is their first turbo tank. There's so many people who really want a turbo tank, but this is all they can get. At least I really like the Galactic Marines, and Ki-Adi-Mundi is a fine enough figure. It's just the fact of the matter is the figures can only drag it up so much on this ranking. Number 19, Acclamator Class Assault Ship. The best of these mini-scale models. Mini-scale models truly just aren't for me, but I gotta admit when one is good. You know what I mean? We're finally in that era where it's like, this isn't for me, but it's good. And we've hit that point, and it just sucks that we're basically halfway through the list to get to that point. 18, Wicket the Ewok. Even though it's in the scale I'm not a fan of, I still think it is a pretty solid build. There is nothing wrong with this Ewok. It's just not something I'd be like, throw it on the shelf, I want it now. It's just decently priced, decent build, just not for me. 17, the Force Burner Snowspeeder. I actually have that one sitting on the floor because I bought it in a combo pack. But it's also kind of a case where it's still in the box because at the end of the day, I think that speeder is really bad, but this speeder is really dang good. The figures I'm not too impressed with, but at the end of the day, that build is really dang good, but the price is really dang bad. I also love the fact it gives a new windshield piece, because that means the next actual snow speeder we get is going to be peak on peak. At number 16, Death Troopers and Night Trooper Battle Pack. Another set that's on my floor right now. I'm just waiting to build this on stream. I waited till it went a little bit on sale because $23 for a battle pack is absurd. no reason to ever spend $23 on a battle pack. I got it in a combo pack, and it ended up costing me about $16. I'm still like, it's decent, but it's just not a group of clones and stuff I'd like to army build. It's cool to get one, but it's not one that I want to army build. And you can't really get mad at me for wanting to put this couple spots above the 327 pack, because it's literally half the price. It's a battle pack that they're both battle packs. It's half the price, and that other one is just scam. This one, it's a little overpriced, but I can see like a reasonable person actually biting the bullet and buying for $23. I can't see a reasonable person buying that for $45. At number 15, Kylo Ren helmet. There's literally, I love all the helmets. I have them all built. I have every single one. It's just a kind of a case where, well, when it comes to the helmets, like, I guess this one's like the lowest on the list. We're really at the point now where I like them all. It's just out of the 3 helmets that released this year, the Kylo Ren one's just kind of the least interesting. I do like how it was printed on the side of the mask. If that was stickers, that would probably be lower. It's just not my favorite of the helmets. At number 14, I got the AT-ST Walker. Definitely a little bit of an inaccurate UCS set, but it's still a solid UCS set. We had last one we got was what, 2005, 6, 7? Like, it was definitely due for a remake, and what you get is solid. It's just not as good as I think they could have done. Which, even not as good as they could have done, still brings you into the upper half of the list, because it's UCS AT-ST. Even a bad one was going to be pretty solid and pretty good on this list. Number 13, Plo Koon's Jedi Starfighter Microfighter. It's funny, I don't think I would have ever put a Microfighter this high on the list, especially since some of the recent ones, you get a Boba Fett, you get a Mandalorian, they're trash. But like the Captain Rex one was decent. I like when you give a Microfighter that gives a figure you probably wouldn't have gotten otherwise. And I think that's how they should continue doing these in the future. So yeah, Plo Koon, great figure. Yeah, it would have been nice to get his full droid, but yeah, Plo Koon's great, and that's basically what this rating is based off of. Number 12, Ahsoka's Jedi Interceptor. A lot of people don't like that new cockpit. I do. I think it is a fine, really nice interceptor, and the figures are perfectly fine. They are good figures. It's just the price is a bit overpriced. It's a great set with a bad price, and that takes it down a little bit. But the price doesn't hurt this one as much just because it is that good for me. At number 11, we got Jango Fett's helmet. It's the lowest of all the Jango Fett stuff that is on this list, but I still think it is a pretty solid set. The thing for me with the Jango helmet is the fact we've gotten 2 other Mandalorians already, so it's kind of one of those things where it's like we're just getting the same thing again, especially considering Boba's is literally just a painted version of Jango's, so they're not too far different, but a good set is a good set, even if it's just a recolor. Number 10, rounding out the top 10, we got the ARC 170. Those figures are some of the best clones we've gotten in a long time. They are shockingly good, and I didn't realize that they were all different troopers until I was looking at the box in person. It's a very solid ship. I do prefer the older ones just because I love the size of them, but for a play scale model, it is a very decent build, and I'm not surprised when people are telling me the ARC 170 is one of their favorite of the year, because it's really good. It's just I have a couple that are a little bit higher. Number 9, Jango Fett's Starship play scale. For me, the real tanker on this one is I'm not the hugest fan of the way they did the Boba Fett one, and the fact it's just a recolor, which I think works for the fact you're trying to make budget versions of these ships and not do like another 120 Jango's or Boba's Starship when you have the UCS one literally on shelves right now. So I get it. I completely get it, but I'm just not a huge fan of the scale, but it does look good. They did replace like the stupid stud shooters on the old one. Just made it look better. And plus, Lama Su, great, but you also lose a couple points because the Jango doesn't have the arm printing. That's what made that Jango figure the best figure of the year. At number 8, we got the Camino Training Facility. The May the 4th promo this year was really dang good. I ended up buying enough to get 2 because I'm like, oh yeah, that's a nice GWP. I feel kind of bad for those who didn't end up getting one, even though it feels like everyone did. People missed out on some great GWPs and Metaphoric promos in the past. It's good to see that you get another peak one for this year. Number 7, Battle of Felucia Separatist MTT. I really like this design of this ship. It is a beautiful blue Separatist MTT. Get Ayla, you get Bly. I think they're fine figures. I think Ayla looked better in the past, but that Bly figure is great. The commando droids are solid. Put a couple more droids in it, and I'm not lying. If they made it where it could fit double the battle droids, 12, it would be number 2 on this list. But you knocked down 5 spots because you're a little overpriced and you didn't include enough droids. But I think if they included 12 droids and kept the same price and made the function just as great as it was, I would hear no complaints about this set being that price, because it is really that good. I'm just waiting for a sale on it. That's all it's come down to. At number 6, AT-AT Driver. Like I said, I really like the helmets, but this one is clearly, in a way, one of the best helmets we've ever gotten. I actually think it might be my favorite one we've ever gotten. It's up there with the Scout Trooper. Like, they are 1 and 2 on my list for best helmets, and they're priced solid. It just looks phenomenal. You can see it down there. It's just so good. Number 5, U-Wing. I've said before, it's my second favorite U-Wing. That Rogue One I just prefer, but that doesn't take away from the fact that this U-Wing is great. The figures are very good. Yes, people could have their complaints, but you get a new K2SO, you get a beautiful U-Wing. Yeah, the other one works better as a playset, but I think the scaling on this one, my friends kind of pointed it out, and they're totally right. This one looks more accurate shape-wise to the actual ship in universe. So for display-wise, it's kind of better. But at number 4, the Gingerbread AT-AT. I was shocked. When it was first announced, I'm like, this is really cool. That's such a cool idea. And then it was built, and I adore it. It's right there. Gingerbread Vader. It's like one of the, literally 1 and 2 with the Jango for the best figures of the year. Fantastic. It's also a set that, like, even though $60 sounds like a lot, considering you're only getting 1 figure, I think it's totally worth it. I bought that thing day 1, no hesitation, and I don't regret it. It's beautiful. And number 3, I got the UCS Death Star. A lot of people are not fans of this Death Star, and I wasn't at first either. But as time goes on, and my friends have built it and hear all the ups about people being like, it's legitimately one of the most fun Lego builds in years, and it's tempted me, but I haven't gotten it. But I will admit, you have all the scenes you want for the Death Star. You have most of the figures you want for a Death Star. Yeah, there's some flaws with some of the figures. No dual molding. Like, well, there is one on the Beach Trooper, which is fantastic. Like, I'd be shocked if someone had this anywhere below the top 10 of the year, because it hasn't been a fantastic year, but there is a lot of fantastic things about this Death Star. But when it comes to 2025, I think only 2 sets get the 10 out of 10 rating. First one being a V19 Torrent at number 2. Whoa. I can't believe what they pulled out with this V19 Torrent. When I originally looked at the pictures, said, I don't like it. I don't like it. But it's one of those ones that looks better when you see it in person. Those figures are some of the best figures of the year. All 3 of them, I think, are in the top 10 figures of the year. It's just a phenomenal, low-priced playset that we haven't really gotten this year. Most of the other playsets are kind of poor pricing. But this one, right there, beautifully priced. I'd understand anybody getting this at retail. I ended up getting it at like 20% off, and I'm super happy about that. I'm completely happy with my purchase. And the fact we get a clone pilot that has the normal helmet you're supposed to get with the pilot, and it's not blocked behind like the Republic gunship, $300. You can get one in a regular playset. That's sick. That's sick that LEGO didn't mess with the younger audience and the people who don't have UCS money. But they did when it comes to Jango Starfighter, but to be fair, I don't care, because Jango's Starship is the best set of the decade so far. I think it's one of the best UCS sets ever. I was so happy to buy it. It's the first real UCS set I bought, because I looked at the way the old Boba one was, and I was like, man, if they ever make a new one, that's one of the few ones I like, because I have a lot more vertical space than I have horizontal space, so I could display it, and I'm looking at it over there, and I'm not regretting my purchase at all. Most people I know ended up purchasing it just because it does look that good. It's a fun build that also included the best figure of the year, and that's why I got it at the top of the list. Plus, the price isn't too bad. 300 is completely valid for this ship. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I also hope you guys enjoyed the new camera, because this looks really good. I'm super happy with how it turned out. And I'm also happy with the autofocus feature. Even though it's a little hard to get, I think it works pretty dang well. So it focuses on the figure, and then it focuses right back on my face. So I'm happy with my purchase there. So upgrade the quality of the videos, and I hope you guys enjoyed. 28 minutes on this recording. I don't know how long it'll be, but 32 slots. I had to rush through it or else I'd be here for hours. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm out. Peace.